Hello, everyone, and welcome to Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar Podcast. I'm your host, Jacob Elyachar, the chief content producer and writer, and of the Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar of jakestake.com, pop culture and entertainment news website. I am so thrilled because joining us from England is this incredible reality TV star. You can see him on Ex on the Beach UK Seasons 1 and Series 5. And not to mention 3 seasons of the challenge, including Challenge Vendettas, Channel's Final Reckoning, when he took home second place with his partner Sylvia, and War of the Worlds 2. And he's also known in the international fitness industry as well. He's at an incredible company called JM Transformations, and he also is the co-founder of Label Clothing. Please help me welcome Joss Mooney.
Thank you very much for having me. It's great to be on. Lovely to meet you as well.
It's a pleasure to meet you as well. So let's get started. So it has been 6 years since global audiences were introduced to you on the inaugural season series. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to go into the UK talk series of Ex on the Beach UK. So what were some of the lessons that you learned from Ex on the Beach UK that prepared you for the challenge?
You know what? I went on to that. I was so young and so blind to the industry and everything. And like, I was shy. Like, I remember my first day when I came into the house, and the first one was called Summer of Love. They never told us it was called Ex on the Beach. So it was actually genuine, all the reactions. And like, I remember them putting a mic on me, and there was like the Big Brother cameras in the room, like twizzle and stuff. And I was like, I can't even breathe right now. They can hear everything. I was like, it was overwhelming. But then like, once you start to feed your alcohol, of course, like you kind of care less. But I guess the biggest thing I learned was it was after the shows to not be affected by what people think, because there's a lot of people with a lot of opinions, especially in our day and age. And it's so easy to get affected by people who you don't even know that just can like put you down on your day or something like that. So I've become very, very thick-skinned, which has helped me a lot. I also, it's made me like, what makes me want to help people as well, because that's part of my job. Like, I love to change people's bodies, like physically and mentally as well. So, and I understand these people who if they do give hate, they're probably just angry with themselves at some point. Do you know what I mean? So I guess I want to help them out.
Yeah. Well, we'll get to that in a second. But however, we've got to talk about the challenge because so you made your debut on the challenge during the Vendetta season. So you were so when did you how were you contacted to go on the challenge?
It was my manager at the time. She contacted Rogan first, and they were like, "Have you got anyone else as well?" And then they just put me forward as well. And I literally had no idea what I was getting myself in for. I'd never seen the show, and like I literally started like YouTubing some things. It just came up with like videos of CT just smashing people up, and I was like, "This looks pretty cool, pretty intense." And I literally didn't know what was going on. I remember like, after the first day in the house, obviously I had to run up the mountain, which I was like, the physical activity is no problem for me. I just did it. And then when we got into the house, the game started, and I had no idea what the game was. I didn't know about alliances. I didn't know people were working together. I was just walking around, and I was like, I'm on fucking holiday. I'm on holiday. It's great.
All right, but however, that holiday was cut short when you were 1.5 of the seasons. I hate to bring it up. I'm sorry. Yeah. Most memorable elimination against show icon and Challenge Mania co-host Derrick Kosinski in Crazy 8. Yeah, even though, in your humble opinion, even though you lost Crazy 8, why do fans consider that elimination a top battle in this current era of the show?
Do you know what? They didn't even do it justice. Like, that went on for like an hour and 45 minutes. Like, we really busted each other up. Like, his eye was like hanging off. Like, he split his eye open. I tore my biceps. He tore his groin. And I got put down in like 12 minutes. I was like, what? I was like, I'm dead. I was like, even if like I did win that, I was at the point where I was just like, I was looking at producers, like, I'm screwed. Like, if it was a challenge like the next day, I'm not going to be able to do it. But like, that was a crazy. Like, I'd never met a guy who's so determined, and also like, I was still a rookie at that point, and I do believe if I went in again, I would beat him. I know everyone. He's one of the diehard favorites, but like, he just knew. Like, I'm gonna wear out at some point, and I just made a silly mistake. It wasn't like he outpowered me or anything like that. It was it was a dumb rookie mistake, and it haunts me. Honestly, haunts me. I hate it, but And I've got a lot of respect for Derrick as well. Like, the guy is an animal. But
Who knows?
I'd love to go again now.
Maybe if there's a legendary, like I know the challenge anniversary is coming close to 25th anniversary. Maybe another throwdown's in the works.
Maybe.
All righty. So I want to let you guys know I'm from Kansas City, and this is the most interesting fact because you're a partner with my fellow Kansas Cityan, Sylvia S. Rhodes, for the final reckoning. But first and foremost, why the heck did you decide were you chosen to be buried alive?
I didn't have a choice. I didn't have a choice. They like the start of it. They just split the cast, and they were like, "One of you go this way, one of you go the other way." And obviously, like, I got buried, and I was like, "Oh, great!" And I didn't even know who was gonna like dig me up or anything like that. That was terrifying. Like, I've never been put in a coffin. Well, I don't want to be put in a coffin ever again, I don't think. But yeah, that was awful. We were down there for a while as well while they were searching for us. That was a tough day mentally.
And so when Sylvia rescued you, what was going through your mind first?
I just underestimated her so bad. I was like, oh man. I was like I feel like she's always been put as the underdog, and she proves herself when she's put under pressure. And I told her that. I was like, I underestimated you. Like, and I did, and she proved herself all season, which was really good. But yeah,
and that's awesome because you guys went through from that opening challenge all the way to second place in the final round. So you two were a force to be reckoned with. And what were some of your personal highlights from this run?
Well, from the whole that season.
Yeah.
Do you know what it was? It's just there was so many people in the house. It was crazy. So many politics. But the problem was, there's like the lavender ladies, as they were. She had them all like on her side. So that's numbers game. And I'm like, well, I don't really have any of my proper friends in here. I had like Nelson and Hunter and stuff like that, but they had like a group of people. So when it comes to a voting system, it would make sense for me to just go with that because that's what's working. And then like she did really well at that. But things that would annoy me would be like physical, like some of the activities where like there was one where we were heights over water and I just left her for dust. And I was like, please just catch up. But like she was the social skills, and I was the muscle.
Awesome. So you took a season off for War of the Worlds, but you came back for War of the Worlds too. Now, several of the challenge fan base was a little unhappy when you went back because you played a major role. You defeated Bear in the Wild Challenge, but you also targeted and eventually sent home his closest allies, Georgia Harrison and Theo Campbell. So why did you initially target Bear, Georgia, and Theo? And looking back on the season now, did you make a $1 million mistake eliminating them?
Oh man, I've got so many views I'm probably not allowed to speak about. But like when you go into like a house like this, you stick with the people who you speak to and stuff like that. And like, although Paulie screwed me over so bad, like we actually got along before like the final and everything, and afterwards. And like he's apologized 1,000,001 times. And like I understand it is a game, but like. We used to like speak regularly, and then like so you go into the house and you just drawn to the people you speak to normally. Do you know what I mean? And then like that's how the alliances between the two teams were built, whether regardless you're on like UK or US. And so between the two teams, there were another two teams trying to get everyone out, and that's with the point. But like maybe I did make a mistake because they probably weren't going to target me, like because they were on the other alliance. They probably would have targeted Rogan. Because they didn't think he'd be able to complete a final. And so I was constantly, I felt like I was sometimes protecting him. And I would do, he's my best friend. And I'd do anything for him. But then again, obviously it worked in his favor. I do believe that I might have made a mistake that day. I was under a lot of peer pressure. But also I was trying to stick with my actual friends in the house as well. So it's really tough mentally when you're in there, honestly.
I understand that, and recently, how did you and Rogan meet?
Me and Rogan?
Yeah.
You can just put it in on YouTube. There's a whole video about it. We were at a fitness expo. Sorry. He saw me on Twitter one time, and he just messaged me. He tweeted me saying he didn't know Twitter was. he thought he was just like messaging, like private message, and he tweeted me saying, "Hey, do you want to be friends?" I'm like, "Look, sorry." I was like, "This guy's weird. You don't just tweet someone saying that." Anyway, I saw him at a fitness expo, and he came up to me, cornered me. I was on a balcony, and he was like, "Yo, you get my tweet? You get it?" I was like, "Yeah, man. Like, I don't know you, dude." He's like, "We'll be friends." And then we didn't see each other all night and everything. And then towards the end of the night, we kind of started talking. And then a few weeks later, he booked us on a job. We had to do a modeling job together. And like I remember this woman coming up to us both. She's like, Are you two friends?" He was like, "Yeah, we're best friends." And I was like, "We've just met." He's like, "We will be best friends." And then from that, like it kind of just blossomed. Like the guy's hilarious. Yeah, he's literally like family to me. Like we fight like brothers, but he's also like my best friend. Like it's he's my boy.
Awesome. I'm glad to hear it because this season Rogan took a lot of heat because from the challenge community after he injured fan favorite Jay Starrett during the Fireball Purgatory round during Total Madness. And that injury forced Jay to be medically disqualified, and he was forced to leave the competition. Did you think the fans took their criticism too far? And in your humble opinion, how did Rogan handle that backlash?
Rogan handled it pretty well. I know from all the stuff that happened with Georgia, I was getting like bad threats, like how savage some of the fans can be, and it's not very nice at all. And he handled it pretty well. He had like a down day one day. I had him on the phone, but the thing is, right, it's me and Derrick didn't get any hate. We just got love, but it's the fact that Derrick gave it back and he handled it. He didn't get injured. No, we probably got more injured. Do you know what I mean? But it's just like the fact it looked like Rogan just targeted him, but he called him down at the end of the day. And that is a contact event. You can do pretty much anything you want in that event. They'll push you until something bad happens. Then they'll be like, "Oh, don't do it again." Do you know what I mean? So, and as bad as it looked and how it was, he called him down. Do you know what I mean? It's just the fact like. He could have called someone small down, but because the rivalry had built up, like it's just what happened. I don't think it's like Rogan's been in rugby matches, and I've seen him get like flattened, but he's just got back up because it's the sport. You don't moan about it. Jay didn't moan about it. They're really good friends now. So I don't know why the fans gave him such hate about it. To be honest, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, seriously, I've actually watched your Instagram lives, and they're amazing, and there you can tell the chemistry, and I would love to. It'd be great to see you interact with Jay as well.
We all hung out in LA. Like they're genuine friends. Like, and Jay understands it. He was like, "Dude, you hit me hard," but I think, and the cameras have got the angles. You know what I mean? They're gonna make it look like it's Hollywood, baby. Do you know what I mean? So
I know what you mean, my friend. So let's talk about. I know that one of the last things before we leave the challenge world that I want to talk to you about is more recently another thing on the challenge told man is that Wes and Vendettas finally buried a hatchet. As someone that worked with Wes and someone that was frequently targeted Bananas the last go arounds, what do you think about this new alliance and how will this affect your game if you were asked back to return?
I mean, I was actually thinking about this in the car earlier. Not about those two, but like how I came in and I'm pretty confident of my ability, and you see who the GOAT is. You know what I mean? He's the best. He's done the most. And you, as someone who's newer, you have quite a big ego and you want to take the best out. But when realistically, I've learned so much from that guy, and I wish it was the other way around, where like I literally just started working with him from the beginning. Like Kyle did, you know what I mean? Because Kyle makes it far every season, usually because of him. But like they are a very dangerous combination. And the funny thing is like when you see them together, even like on Waller Rules too, like they don't hate each other. It's just like banter, but like they have this rivalry, and now they've crushed it. They've realized they're going to be really good friends, which is the best bit. Like it's great, it's awesome, but it's dangerous for everyone else as well. But then again, also when they play the game, you kind of know what they're about. Like I know what Wes is about. He slides into everyone's DMs, man. He admits it. So when he speaks to me now, I'm just like, what do you want, man? I know what you're doing.
Alrighty, so let's leave the challenge world and talk about the challenge that you faced being associated with reality television? How did you overcome those obstacles?
Honestly, like I've been through some pretty tough times in my life. So like people who I don't know and they're airing their opinions which aren't needed. Like I'm quite good at just blocking it out. But like honestly, it's a big thing over here. I'm sure it is in America, like with like suicide and people like that. Because it's not like it annoys me because people will get it and they'll have a bad day and it will affect them really bad. Like, I'm very lucky that I'm thick skinned. I just really wish the world was more aware of what they're sending out behind keyboards. You know what I mean? But I don't think there's anything you're not going to change anytime soon. I don't think. But yeah, it's a sensitive topic, isn't it? I think.
It is, and I've talked to a lot of people about it, and there's so many different answers about reality television because I've met and I've been interviewing people since I'm celebrating my 9th year in the industry, and I've interviewed and I've grown some friendships from people from reality television, such as America's Got Talent and then Big Brother, and then it pains me to see these people sometimes get called out on social media and have to defend them.
It actually annoys me more when someone has a go at one of my friends. Like, I mean, it's the same for Rogan. I've seen Rogan snap at people because they're like giving me some sort of hassle on like social media. But it's just like, especially over TV, you know, like you don't really know what's going on. You're not there, so don't start like I don't know. We've got some diehard fans, which I'm still very appreciative of because the challenge is very successful and it's a great show. But it's just like kind of watch what you're saying sometimes.
I agree completely. So let's talk about fitness.
Yeah.
So when did you get interested in fitness and how did that passion evolve and desire to pursue a career in the health and wellness industry?
I've been playing rugby since I was like 6. And then like when I started to get a little bit bigger, I was the smallest on the rugby team, but when I just after school started going to the gym and then I just fell in love with that aesthetics. And then I started getting attention from the girls because I was a little geek at school. So I was like, if I keep training, I'm going to get more attention. It's great. And then I literally fell in love with like the whole health side of everything. And now as I've like grown older, like I'm 31 now, you know, so it's not even so much the physical aspect that I love it when people tell me and how good they're feeling happier. They're more energetic, they're sleeping better. They're getting attention from someone. They asked someone out on the first date and said, yeah. So I literally buzz off that so much. And that's why I'm honestly like all day up today, I've just been voice noting and contacting people all through my DMs on JM Transformations, just about like how they're doing. And this literally makes me such a happy person in the day. So yeah, that's what I do.
And I'm glad you brought up JM Transformations because you've found hundreds of your clients get in shape. And I've been looking through your Instagrams and like I've been very impressed for what I see. You are a phenomenal trainer.
Yeah, well, this is the thing is, so I got my full training qualifications like early 20s, and then I was doing it in a gym. This is just before Lex on the Beach and everything like social media started. So I was like, we had Twitter, but then once I got a platform. I mean, guaranteed, I got a platform of like 16-year-old girls at some point at the start. It wasn't very helpful, but like I've converted all them into like actual people who I want to like try and transform now. And yeah, like it's great. I get to work from home as well, so which is amazing. But we're literally like thousands of people, and it's been amazing. Like on JM Transformations, I only post people that give me permission to as well. There's so many other people just behind the scenes who I want to post. So I'm like, oh man, but it's fine. It's like confidential. So yeah.
I totally get it. So what goes through your mind when they finish when your clients finish a transformation?
It's just like, it's a little bit sad, you know, like I remember like one of my first women who she was training because she had a wedding coming up. She dropped it was 3 dress sizes and she was literally in hysterics because she could fit into this dress that she wanted to. And after she got married during it towards the end. And then afterwards, like, because I actually keep in contact with a few afterwards as well. Like, they become friends. I'll be voice noting them like on the daily, like, how you doing? If you need any tips. And some of them, like, I'm literally on my phone all the time, which is probably quite bad. But like, you make friends with some of these people, and it's a little bit sad to like let them go. But it's like setting them free into the wild. It's like, go on, go run. Great.
All right, so now you've created a plethora of personalized diet and training plans for your clients. How long does it take you to create these plans? And then how do these plans stack up against some of your competitors? Because the international fitness industry is a whole different animal.
Yeah, it is. It's big, but it's one of the biggest growing businesses on the planet. And there's also 7 billion people on the planet that could be need training, you know? So I'm actually creating my own app, which is going to be hopefully launching in like 6 weeks. So the plans are going to be literally within in the next day. But right now, you'll sign up to a questionnaire and you'll fill out the questions. Within like 2-3 days, you'll have a plan in your email, a plan in your inbox, basically, and then you get going. And then you get annoying voice notes from me all day.
But hey, those people need the voice notes.
Yeah, do you know what? It's so effective. Like I used to just email people at the start, but like once you actually start to like converse with someone and they know it's like that they're speaking to me, like it's nice because it's like it makes it more personal, you know. I enjoy that as well.
So in addition to JM Transformations, you're also the co-owner of the Label line. So
Yeah.
Can you please share the origin story of Label with my audience?
So Label. So my business partner Johnny, I used to live with him back in the day, and then I moved out, and then we just decided what he had a clothing line, and I was always doing posts for other people's brands. I'm like, dude, I just want to make my own clothes. He's like, well, why don't we like use my brand and start doing our own stuff? And anyway, I didn't like the name, so we created Label, and the meaning behind it is because I don't appreciate like how people are just labeled. Labels aren't for people; they're for pieces of clothing. Do you know what I mean? And so we created this label, which is Chinese number 3, which means birth, life, and death. It's kind of like living the moment kind of thing. So that's like the meaning behind the brand. But literally, we're just about a year and a half old, and I love it. Like, it's great. Get to make all my own clothes, get loads of free clothes. It's good.
And congratulations on that, because I think you inspired a lot of other challengers, because I see Bearwear, Rogan's Bearwear.
Oh no, me and Rogan started that years ago, but then he just left it, and now he's just come back to it. Because we were too similar. I was like, dude, I can't work with you. It's like working with the same person. I'm really bad at certain things with it, and that's why my business partner's really good at it. I mean, he's actually helping Rogan out now, so it's all working out. But yeah, it's good that I'm inspiring. Hopefully,
awesome. So. Here is the second to the third to last question. So what are some of your favorite social media platforms? Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and why do they stand out?
Instagram is my favorite. I love Instagram. Twitter, you're looking for an argument, or you'll get an argument even when you don't want one. I started TikTok, and then they banned me.
What? Why would they ban you?
Like, honestly, like I'm topless quite a lot of the time. I just did a TikTok of me coming in from a run, and it's that song "I'm Feeling Good" by Michael Bublé. I take my top off, and then it's just like, it's inappropriate content. I'm like, I've done nothing wrong, but like, it's for kids, isn't it? So I don't know. I need to work on it, because it's a great social platform to have.
Joss, I'm going to let you know on something. I haven't even touched TikTok yet, so.
Yeah, no, but like I was actually like, when I first started looking at it, I was like, I have no idea what's going on here. And then I got into it, and I start scrolling, and you start seeing some really funny videos, but you end up wasting hours of the day watching it. You know, when you get lost on YouTube sometimes, it's like that.
I fall down the YouTube rabbit hole all the time.
Yeah. You start on something sensible, and you end up watching like a dog playing basketball at like 3 a.m. It's like, you don't know, where's the time go?
Or for me, it could be anywhere from watching Got Talent, Challenge, and then all of a sudden I do a one-word turnaround, and it's Pokemon.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
All right, so this is the second to last question. So if you had the opportunity to meet with challenge fans who are struggling with their fitness journeys, what advice would you share with them?
Honestly, the best advice is just get day one out of the way. Like this is what I try and tell people. People try and get too much before they know. Like the simplest things, like literally just clean your cupboards out of the sugary stuff. You don't need a huge diet plan. You don't need to you don't need a macro-based diet. You don't need all this kind of all like, you don't need to weigh yourself every day. You just need to do the basics, like get off the sofa and go for a walk. Do 10,000 steps on your phone every day, and you'll start to notice. And then as you get more addicted, then you can start looking at your stats. Then you can start measuring your arms, your waist, your legs, and stuff like that. But like, just get up and go. Do you know what I mean? Because like, people want like this giant, like huge plan, 12-week tailored program, which I do. But when in reality, you just need to get up and go for a run. Go out for walk your dog. Do you know what I mean? It's the little things every day, like just walking around and stuff like that. Eat and just like cutting out carbs before 6 o'clock or something like that. It's very simple. So yeah, I just encourage people to just get up and go. Like that's why I created an ebook called Just Move. It's like doing exercises you can do within like 20, 30 minutes, and they're really effective. And I was like, if you don't have 20, 30 minutes in your day, you don't want to lose weight. Like you don't want to exercise. Like everyone can squeeze that in. It's like, just do it. Do you know what I mean?
I 100, as someone that walks almost every day, 3 to 5 miles a day, I totally agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
All righty, Joss. So where can my audience find you on social or worldwide?
On social, it's here. There you go. Right there. It's here.
I do.
This side. That's my Instagram. At Joss Mooney. On Twitter, it's at Joss_Mooney. TikTok, I'm banned, so I'm gonna struggle to figure that one.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. So if you want to download more episodes of the Jake's Take with Jacob Elyachar podcast, head to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Spreaker, and it's also on Google Podcasts as well. I've had a lot of incredible conversations, including with Bailey and Swaggy and Prince Poppycock, and also I had a little conversation with Paulie Calafiore.
Oh, did you now?
Yeah, it was really a conversation. So anyway, if you also want to connect with me on social media, head to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. It's at Jacob Elyachar, JACOBELYACHAR. Once again, JACOBELYACHAR. And for more stories and for more in my music reviews, including my recaps of America's Got Talent, and also more, head to jakes-take.com. Once again, jakes-take.com. Joss, I am so happy that we were able to do this. Thank you so much for coming on. And guys, thank you too. And hopefully, maybe next time you and Rogan together.
Yeah, I'm seeing him this weekend, so who knows, you know. We'll get on together. I know Rogues loves the podcast, so we'll get on one.
Awesome. Okay, guys, have a fantastic day. Bye.
See you later.